What's going on, guys? Brian here, bringing you guys another live stream. Today we're doing something a little different. We're going to be playing through every World at War zombie map, but just in Black Ops 3, because why not update it a little bit, right? So how we're kind of going to do this stream a little bit is we're going to play through it, like, obviously things change throughout, from World at War to today, or like, Black Ops 3 kind of stuff. That is still on here. We'll just close that. There we go. But we're just gonna be kind of like talking about just like the nostalgic factor each of these maps have. So obviously we have Nacht. We're gonna be playing first. We got what is it? Verrückt, Shinonuma, and then we are gonna finish with Der Riese, or the Giant in this case. But yeah, that's kind of what we're going to be doing. We're going to be kind of just giving our opinion about really how either good or bad these maps are and everything like that. So obviously we're starting with Nacht, and it looked like we got 3 people, which isn't too bad. So with Nacht, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but it's very just bare bones. Like, you can't, I guess, like, it's a challenge, it's decent, there's nothing special about it. I just know it was always just like, it was kind of terrifying. That's kind of how, because it was all new. You just finished World at War campaign, and then you just spawn in, and it had that creepy like clown laugh, and this is where you would be. So the one thing I'm kind of like, personally, I'm not a big fan of kind of the revamp they did with it. I liked it being more really gloomy, and to the point of where it kind of just looks awful. Like, this feels more like a, I don't know. I really don't know, but it just, I don't know, it's too light. I feel like it's just not enough like gloominess. Like before, that would be like a really thick layer of fog, and like that's like, you would just kind of see like just like shadow figures. So I thought I saw a zombie. And on top of that, obviously, Black Ops 3 guns are just very strong. But then you have the help door, everything like that. And the weird thing was it was always a different, it was a different game if you were either solo or you were with anybody, like if you had anyone else playing with you. Because you would go from, what is it? You would go from buying this door and the other door if you were playing solo, because then you would train in this room. Or in co-op, you buy this door and the other staircase and camp at the top of this staircase in that corner. So it was kind of like a different feel, but that was if you were good, meaning like for solo wise. Honestly, with me, you're talking, I think I was 6 years old when this came out, 6, or maybe like really newly 7 years old, possibly. Like, being on this map, like right after campaign, obviously you're thrown in solo, like, it terrified me, where I was just like, nah, I'm not doing that. I am not playing this creepy, scary zombie map where, like, yeah, the first few rounds you're okay, because you just kind of go window to window, slowly killing them. Then you go ahead and it's like, okay, well, now my pistol isn't doing too much. Alright, well, maybe I should go buy what was it? M13. I forgot what it was. It was the carbine. M13 carbine, I think it was called. That, or you could buy the Kar 98K. That I remember. So you're like, alright, well, I guess I'll buy, you know, maybe for the first few rounds, like, you know, you buy the car, you know, get those nice, juicy headshots. And then, you know, you buy the M13. I want to say it was the M13. Where this last zombie is, but like I think that's the other kind of bigger difference here, is before it was just like you would look out there and you couldn't see really anything there. You just see like a dark figure. Now where is this last zombie? Hello? Only took a little bit. Alright. We're gonna do a nostalgic opening the door when you just have enough points. You are first, my friend. How's it going? And we get the XM53. But like, I don't know, like it just, like in this, you feel safer. Like before, it may have been just the factor of, you know, you have four. Normally, it was you had 4 Marine soldiers. Good, that is good, my man. You had 4 Marines that had, you know, obviously they didn't talk, right? But it was just like, all right, like they didn't do any sounds or anything like that. That was a nice shot, though. I'm gonna give myself props with that. But you just had these Marines that didn't talk, but it was just like you were just trying to keep the zombies out, but eventually you knew you were just gonna die. That went under his arm. Honestly, that was the dumbest thing I think I ever saw. But I don't know, it was just like the first time playing this, like I said, I mean, I was like too freaking scared to even do it. Like I was just like, alright, yeah, the first few rounds, and then once you heard like the in the distance like scary noises and all that, you were just like, yeah, no, I'm good. I like, you know, I don't need to prove anything. Like I'm good. I'm good with that. But like you were hoping to get the Browning, the ray gun, you know, all the juicy guns that you could get from the box. And then pretty much once you got that, you would just buy that and then just camp up there. And like at first it was decent, but like as the rounds kind of went on and on, it was just kind of like you're gonna die. Like it didn't matter like how good you were or anything like that. Like you were eventually just gonna get overran and then die. Like even like that mighty ray gun that in Black Ops or in World at War, the ray gun was actually very good. Like talking like top, like number 1 or 2 best guns in the game, depending on the map. Like I mean, in here it was pretty much like the best. But it was, I don't know, it was very like, because then they started sprinting like how they are now. And it was just like, alright, like, you just knew, like, now all of a sudden they're coming too fast. Before, you know, like, early rounds and stuff, you were just waiting for them. And now all of a sudden they're just like, you know, you go from this window, you turn around, and then you go to this window, and there's, you know, a few more. And then you turn back over here, and there's like another, there's more over here. And like you turn around, and like, you know, there's another one already. Like, it was just like, alright, well, you know, being in here obviously wasn't going to be the play. And then I remember first trying to be like, alright, well, maybe the better strategy would like in 4-player meaning, you have 2 guys just camp this door. And then the other 2 would, because this window wouldn't be too bad. This one never really got the crazy amount of zombies, mainly because, you know, if you camped this window, you could see how many zombies would be going over there, so you can kind of like, you know, pick them off as they, you know, as they either disperse over there or anything like that. And then you would have another person kind of help out between there and the wall, meaning later rounds. And then, so at first that's kind of what the main strategy was. Or you would have, you know, 2 people just kind of chill over here, like one person be over here and the other person be over here, and then 2 more people would be out here, kind of one person making sure that window's good and one person camping out here, but this guy could still help out. So like, you know, there was a few other strategies going into here, but like I said, after you didn't have perks and the guns weren't really that good. So now you're talking, alright, you know, the zombies are coming too fast now, and, you know, the Browning and like the MG 42 or something like that. I forgot the exact numbers with the with that gun, but like those guns were taking too long to reload now, and the zombies were coming faster. So it's like, all right, you know, what's the next plan? You know, and you know, a few times, you know, you just camp out there, and then it's just too late and you die. So like you end up dying just being in between this room and trying to hold the zombies out. And all while, which was something very crazy, which this guy's actually been doing, was coming around and rebuilding every barrier. Because how we felt was, even though you're over there, you're just buying yourself those few extra seconds of inevitably just dying. Which that's kind of what it was. This was just a big, like, place of, it was only a matter of time before they would all come and kill you. I'm just saying, this thing sucks. Like, I thought it was going to be at least somewhat decent. God, this is bad. But no, I mean, like, this map, like there's, like I said, I don't think there's really, like, especially when you talk about more Black Ops 3 version of it, like, it's not scary, you know. You have the original 4 characters that really make, like, killing zombies more of a joke and more, like, kind of easier, I guess, with it. You know, like, it's more fun. Why do I keep getting this thing? Alright. I'll take Weevil. But I think the weirdest thing with World at War was, like, how fast guns just drop down. So, like, you know, you would have, you know, for instance, the Weevil. I'm just saying. You know, you'd just be murdering zombies one round, and then the next round would come, and, like, you go to shoot them, like, really quick. Like, let's just say it took 2 shots. So you would just tap the trigger, 2 shots would go out, and they wouldn't die. And it's like, oh, then you would go back, you know, shoot them a little bit more, and they still wouldn't be dead. And it's like, hold on. Like, now they're taking a lot more ammo than what they did last round, or, you know, whatever. And that didn't even come close to, like, if you, like, use this gun, like, earlier in the game, and it, like, was just destroying zombies, and then, like, a couple rounds later, you get it from the box, and all of a sudden, you know, it doesn't do anything. And what I'm doing right there, like, knifing, you wouldn't do that in World at War, because you would get what would be called the windmill, which would be a double hit. Like, the zombie would go like that and kind of double hit you, and because there's no jug and it's a 2-hit system, you would die just like that. Now with Nacht, I think Verrückt had it as well. The where zombies actually wouldn't kill you or, like, hit you unless you were, like, you stopped. So if you kept moving, like, they wouldn't hit you, which is why the training system would work, because kind of as long as you had some space to kind of keep moving, they wouldn't hit you, because the zombies would, like, stop and, like, hit you as well. But like I said, you know, sometimes you... Okay. I don't know how I died there. That's fine. But honestly, I remember another strategy that was... Like, it was decent at first, but quickly became, like, very hard to do.
Double points.
Oh God. But it was, like I said, I don't know what you guys, how you guys played this, but it was always just trying to find, okay, well, what might be a better way to hold out. And, like, this was obviously the main spot where zombies came, so it's like, alright. I remember, like, being, like, one person would camp this window, one person would camp this window, and the other two would be right here. Because now you're just funneling all of these zombies in here, and you have 2 other main windows just getting, like, mowed down by, you know, other players. Which, I gotta say, this AK-74 kind of sucks, so we're gonna get rid of it. But, I don't know, it was just, like, very... It was kind of crazy, because it was, like, you felt, like, even when you got the ray gun, like, I mean, I know I have the thunder gun now, so it's, you know, this whole thing kind of goes out the window, but, like, you had the ray gun, which is, you know, supposedly this ultimate power kind of weapon, and then, you know, eventually it just, like, doesn't work. And the splash damage could kill you, like, if you're too close with yourself. Like, if you were, like, right here and trying to shoot a zombie and you accidentally, like, move over a little too much and the splash, like, hits the, like, the pipe or whatever you want to call that, you would die. Like, that's how much splash damage it would give you. So like, yes, the ray gun was good, but after a while, it would stop working. And now you're like, alright, well, the best gun doesn't work anymore. So now it was like, alright, well, you know, I have enough ammo, but what about next round? So, like, you know, I'm blasting the ray gun and everything like that, but now, you know, ammo's short. Like, how do we prepare for, you know, the next horde, which only gains strength, speed, and numbers. You know, so it's just like, you were constantly just thinking like, alright, like, I'm fine now, but what's the next, like, step in this process? Because, like, we're holding out now, but, you know, like, what's gonna happen, you know, next round? Or, you know, like, right now we're doing okay, but not all the zombies are spawning in. Like, what are we gonna do when this gets, like, really out of hand? And my answer right now is, you know, I just got the thunder gun, so like, you know, that's all you gotta do. Or death machine power-ups that you can look forward to. I just want to make sure he gets them. Alright. But no, it was just like really odd. Because it was, you know, such a simple map. You know, simple, bare bones. Like, you weren't thinking ever, like, oh, you know, what perk should I get? Where should we open? Like, you knew what you were getting yourself into every time you played it. You knew the, you know, at the time, like, you knew the rounds the zombies became stronger. You knew the times that, okay, like, we can't hold out here anymore. Like, we gotta open the help door and get out and start our camping strategy. Like, we gotta start hitting the box and getting prepared for the later waves, right? Like, at the time of World at War and everything, people knew that. Like, people knew, okay, round 6, like, we gotta, like, there's no way we can survive anymore. Because keep in mind, it was 4 people, so, like, even if you had the carbine or whatever, I forgot what it was called. I know it was the carbine, but, like, you know, I forgot the exact, like, name of it. Like, it was M something carbine. I want to say it was M13. M14 carbine? Oh, I don't know. See, like, this double tap would have been great. Oh. Sorry, zombies.
Double points.
A few more zombies in here. Bum, bum, bum. There we go. Ree. See, but, I mean, even in this case, like, yeah, I'm getting perks, but, like, there's, like, these perks are only gonna, like, slow down my death. But, like, as of right now, like, it's just kind of inevitable that I'm gonna die. Wait. I was red screened for way too long there. I have no idea what happened there. But no, that's like, you know, that was it. Like, it was just like, alright, what do we do here? You know, like, and obviously this was a very solid strategy, because it was, alright, well, instead of instead of having, you know, two people watching, like, instead of having two people watching, like, Windows and, like, a weird combination like that, why not have everybody, just be with, like, just mow down the zombies together. You know, and that, like, that was obviously the biggest strategy, was just, alright, well, we'll all camp up there. And, like, you know, go from there with the strategy. But, like I said, like, eventually, back into, alright, I got you, man. I got you. But, like, that, I mean, that was the biggest thing, was just like, alright, well, you know, you know, you can try doing whatever you want, but ultimately, it doesn't matter what you wanted to do or anything like that, because you were just gonna die. Alright, man, I know I have quite a bit of zombies, so you should be able to get them. He is reviving him. You really letting him die? Wow. It's pretty bad. Alright, double tap, sure. Now we just need speed cola. Bomb. Alright. There is crazy amount of zombies still. Boom. There we go. Exactly what we wanted. The Argus. But you know, like, even with all these perks, like, did it matter? No. Because, like, there's nothing you can really do in this map. Like, yeah, you might get a tad bit further in Black Ops 3. But ultimately, like, it was just like, alright. You still couldn't do anything to, you know, be, like, invincible. Like, yeah, I got the thunder gun, but it's only a certain amount of ammo. This thing shoots pretty far. You're back? Good, good, good. Oh, God. Argus! It saves me. See, weirdly enough, like, this is what people would try to do. It was like, alright, well, you know, like, you knew you were gonna probably die anyway. So it was like, okay, well, maybe I should try a different strategy to not die so quick. So, you know, you would get people like grinding Modern Warfare. Not too bad. Ooh, man of war. What are you grinding Modern Warfare for? All the like camos and all that, or levels and stuff. I'm actually surprised we actually got in a decent game, though. Like, we might have to play the other one solo. Which is okay. But I mean, like, I don't know, like, it's so weird that, you know, you, like, for instance, I've pretty much been talking about this map for a good half hour, right? I mean, obviously a little less, like, we just got half an hour, like, on the stream right now, but, like, you know, getting the, Akimbo, I gotcha. But, like, for, like, being such a simple map, like, it still, like, offers, like, you know, there's still just so much to, like, kind of talk about with it, like both like atmosphere and everything like that. Like I said, like I think with Black Ops 3 it took away the nostalgic factor of it just because of it was just retextured and, you know, like it looks like it's like almost sunny a little bit, like it just looked a little like too like it looks too like too everything's okay. Like before it was like okay, like you can't see outside. I don't know what's going on top over there. Everything's just blowing up with Widow's Wine. Hold on, we're gonna... This is like the first time I like think I actually used the what's it called? The Annihilator. Like I never use that thing. So I always forget about it. Go ahead, hit the box a little bit, see what we can get. Can's decent. ICR is very decent. All right. I'm actually just surprised I'm at round 17 on this map, to be honest. Like I said though, like, I think that's the only, like, the total factor of, like, knocked I think, remained the same. Like, you were just trapped in a small little place, and it wasn't a matter of if you were gonna die. It was just, you know, when everything was, you know, when you were just gonna get overran and everything was gonna not be fine anymore, you know? Like, I feel that, like, that's the same factor that's still going on in Black Ops 3. But it's just more so like, okay, you knew if you got like some decent guns that you were gonna be fine. You know, and obviously you have gobble gums and stuff. But like I said, ultimately it was just the it was like, okay, you knew you could get to like round 15 or, you know, something like that pretty easy. You know, even without perks, you know, just because you had a lot better weapons, you know. But it was still that, alright, well, I don't think you can make it much further. And, you know, you just slowly get kind of overran, and ultimately, like, you go down once, then you go down again. As I said that, everyone started going down. That's kind of weird. But, like, you know, that's just kind of how it was. I couldn't revive him either. I don't know what happened. Alright. Let's see what I mean. Like, even though, like, they're sitting there hitting the box, or hitting the Wonder Fizz and stuff, it was just like, alright, what happens when you don't get that one perk you need? You know, like, even now, like, my entire ICR ammo, like, it was pretty much gone. Like, I had one clip left in my ICR when I was ready to, like, when that round ended. And that's with it being a stronger weapon. So, I mean, that was the other thing, was like, okay, you know, just the ammo count. And, like I said, despite having, like, more of a, you know, better weapons, you know, you have perks, you have all that, it was like, alright, either way, you're just slowly making it just less, or you're making it, you're expanding your time a little bit, but you're not, like, you're not going to be safe. You know, like, you are going to die. You know, you know, even with this, you know, God-powered, you know, thunder gun, like, it doesn't matter. I don't know how I survived that, actually. And then there was one. It was like, you know, at this point, it was just kind of like, alright, well, I'm only one person, and now I'm facing the massive hordes of zombies. You know, like, what am I supposed to do? Like, if my entire team couldn't, you know, fight against this horde, how was I going to? You know, by myself. And then, you know, in this case, you know, they're just like, you know, you knock out one horde, and it was just like, alright, now there's another horde coming right after you again. So it was like, alright, you might be able to kill one horde. You might be able to kill a couple, you know, a couple more. But ultimately, like, you're just gonna die. You know, and there was, you know, there was nothing to stop that. You know, like, you can have the best guns. You know, you would spawn in, try getting whatever you can. You know, in this scenario, like, okay, run, grab some perks. But in the end, like, you know, that was it. Like, there wasn't much else you were going to do, and there isn't a lot that you would be able to do. You know, like, yes, you can get gobblegums. Yes, you can do all this. But when it comes down to just basic core gameplay, like, you weren't doing anything. All you were gonna do is delay your death. And that, like, that's the biggest thing that this map always got you, was it was like, you know, first few rounds were just too slow. You know, the zombies were just, you know, it was like, it was harder to stay awake and not be bored of the map. And then once, like, you know, a certain round hit, you know, and this would always happen, was once you start going down and once you, like, start that rhythm of, you know, you spawn in, you die, you spawn in again, you die, you know, it was just, that was all you can do. And now, with me on solo, it was just kind of, you just kind of wonder how long you can really go. You know, because like I said, you know, you go ahead and kill off one horde, you feel pretty decent about, you know, how it's going. You know, you kill off two, okay. But then once everything kind of just slowly builds up, it's like this round, alright, I have 10 shots with my thunder gun. Like, I should be okay. What about next round, though? Well, now I only have a few. Oh. Guess it doesn't apply too much since I just got max ammo, but you know what I'm saying. Let's say, I think I'm doing pretty decent though. But like, you know, like, that's exactly what it is. Like, you feel like, okay, yeah, you're doing decent. And then it's one false movement and you're dead. And, you know, honestly, the worst part about it was it didn't matter. Because the horde's still coming. And eventually, too many of them will come, and you're just gonna die. And then that, like I said, that's all it is, and that's all it will ever be. And that's, you know, when you really take away the core gameplay of what this map is, like, it's actually really nice. Because it's just, you know, it's so simple, but yet it's like complicated at the same time. Like, really, it's you get guns and you kill off the horde till you die. That's all it is. But like, when you kind of break down on how it does it, it's just like, alright, it's that progression of kind of disappointment. Because, you know, you get something, you know, as good as the ray gun or something like that, and, you know, eventually you just be disappointed in it because, you know, eventually it fails you. It fails to do the things that you, like, would expect from this god tier weapon. Do you have a PC? I do, Leo. How's it going, my man? I do have a PC. I don't know. I was just kind of... I'm more of a console player. I don't play a lot on PC. But... I don't know. Just kind of chill on the PS4 more, I guess. Especially that I'm able to... It's like, you know, I can stream on and everything like that, too. So... Like, if I could only stream on PC, I would definitely switch over to PC. But, you know. Doing fairly decent. How about you? I'm doing good. I recommend playing World at War on PC, custom maps, and stream. I do have World at War on PC as well. I really wanted to kind of... Like, I could have, like, re-downloaded World at War and all that, but I kind of wanted to kind of compare it already to, like, you know, kind of seeing the strategy and, like, seeing how people actually still do the strategy, like, on these kind of maps. But, like I said, like, it's only, you know, if I don't get a max ammo this next round, like, round 22, I'm gonna be dead because, you know, the Thunder Gun is the only reason why I'm alive. But like I said, it's such a simple concept, and, you know, it was never meant to be anything more. You know, because Verrückt, honestly, they did the same thing, only they gave you those, you know, perk enhancements and everything like that to make you feel better, but ultimately the map was, you know, crazier, and it was just kind of just jokingly, like, telling you, like, oh yeah, you'll be fine now since you have these better perks, you know. But then, you know, here you are with nothing. Right. Wait for some zombies. Custom maps are really fun. If you find the right ones. They definitely are. They're, like, really fun. I have Black Ops 3 as well, so I want to see how you... If it's the same process of, custom maps as World at War. Because obviously, you know, there should be better Black Ops 3 maps than World at War. Just because, like, overall, just the engine itself. Black Ops 3 is so much superior. Oh yeah, well that's just because the engine, it's not all buggy or glitchy or anything like that. round 22 though, not too bad. In my opinion, World at War has better concepts. World at War was simpler, and the thing is sadly, I think what would need to happen now for like what is it? Like Black Ops 5, or if they do like a different, like if they restart a new zombie chapter, this is what they would have to give us. Like just a basic concept, but more like a Shinonuma, where it introduced a playing field, it introduced characters, but ultimately it was just a core, just a normal zombie experience. But like you really didn't, like, you know, it had your basic, like, okay, your basic wonder weapon, everything like that. But now you're gonna have to do a whole different Martin Perez, nice afro. Thank you, my man. Thank you. In all honesty, if this quarantine thing keeps up, I'm gonna have an afro. It's a lot of freaking hair. Another big horde. Remember the face reveal days? Well, dude, I remember that. I was actually kind of not scared to do it because, you know, I don't really care what people think about, like, anything like that. But, like, it was just kind of like, I don't know. You know, the weird thing about YouTube, and, you know, I was watching, weirdly enough, Codename Pizza's stream, I think yesterday. Was it yesterday? I don't know. It was recently, though. A couple days ago or something like that. And, you know, somebody, you know, donated to him and, you know, the message or whatever. Okay, there it is. It pretty much said, like, hey, like, you know, how do you get big on YouTube? And, you know, his biggest thing was, like, you know, you do it for fun first. Like, you know, like, you can't go into, like, you know, doing YouTube and everything, you know, thinking that you're going to get big and you're going to make it a full-time job. Like, that is, like, kind of like winning the lottery. It's kind of what he said, was, like, you know, that's like telling somebody, hey, this is how you win the lottery. You know, like, you got to do it for fun first. You know, I don't know so much about the lottery, but I'm talking more YouTube now. But, you know, you start doing YouTube for fun. You know, you build a kind of sense of community with it, and I feel like that's what I'm able to do right now. And like I said, I can't thank Pizza enough for that, the raid, because I think I got a few of you guys that have been consistently coming, and honestly, almost every time I stream, at least like one new person comes or like watches me later on and subscribes or give me, like, I don't, sometimes they subscribe, sometimes they just leave a comment like, hey, good job. And, you know, that just changes everything. It really does. Because now you're talking, you know, something that, you know, you put hours into, and, you know, there was, you know, some points of it, you talk for, you know, let's just say 2 hours on the stream, and then, you know, you end the stream or whatever, and then you just sit back and you look at it like, alright, I had fun on the stream, but nobody was there. Nobody was there, and nobody's seeing this. So, and, you know, like the first couple times, you know, it doesn't really matter, because, you know, you're just, you know, you do it for fun. You know, that's why you're doing it. You know, and you do it, you know, a little longer and a little longer. And by a little longer, I mean, like, months. Like, you know, months of doing this. And then, you know, it just kind of hits you sometimes, or randomly. And it's just, you know, is, like, nobody's seeing me. I'm trying to change things. You know, I'm trying to like, you know, branch out, do different games, do different series. You know, it's like stuff like that. And then, what's up? Okay, I see you. Okay. How's it going, my man? How are you doing? But like, it'll hit you, and it's just kind of like, what are you doing? You know, and honestly, I compare it more to like the gym. Okay, like if you work out, like I'm doing all right. Thank you. But like, you know, you can work out, whatever. You know, you can give it all you got. But if you're not seeing results after, you know, I'm talking like, you know, you're going. Let's just say you go for a year, okay, or you know, I'll make it more relatable. I think I did YouTube for. It was a few months in a row where like it was like nobody but like my friends would really watch it, and that was just because I was more in school, and you know we would you kind of just talk about random stuff. It's like, oh, I made this video, and you know they would watch it, whatever. But you know you kind of. You know, just like the gym, you know, if you go to the gym for, let's just say, 4 months, all right, you go to the gym for 4 months, you know, the first, you know, few months, you're doing okay and everything, and, you know, you're kind of trusting the process, like, okay, if I keep going, I'll build my community, like, I'll kind of like, you'll build yourself up a little bit, right? And then, you know, 4 months go by, and it's just like, you're not seeing anything. And then it's just kind of like, is it worth going anymore? Like, you're not seeing anything, you're not building anything like that. And for the first while, that's how it kind of was. It was just like, what's the point? What's the point of me, you know, going... like doing all this if kind of nothing's happening? And you know, like for like the first couple months I thought it was because I didn't have really the equipment. Like, you know, I would be streaming with the PS4 kind of service, like how it has the streaming like built into the system. I thought that would probably be like why, like, okay, people don't really like seeing the whole like all like below me would just be straight what is it, like comments and stuff, and obviously nobody's watching me, so it was nothing. There was never anything there, so it was like, all right, like that's what I thought it was. I thought that was gonna be like, that was the reason why things weren't like going well, was because I just didn't have the equipment, because I felt like I was, you know, I didn't stream like all the time, just saying. Wow, man, I just checked through your channel and Pizza rated you. I'm telling you, man, Pizza's the nicest YouTuber. Yeah, he's definitely one of the nicest, for sure. Like, I don't know, like I said, like, you know, I don't think there's any way to really thank him for it or anything like that. Like,
I need more honor.
Is this the H? Oh, it's Vesper. But like, I don't know. It's just kind of weird, because it's something like so simple, and you know, some people, I guess, you know, like, I can't really put words in other people's mouths, but like, you know, some people might get raided, and you know, they kind of just brush it off because, you know, they're not taking YouTube, you know, maybe like seriously or something like that. You know, that you know, that might be how some people are about it. But like personally, for me, like, I felt like that's how did it happen anyway. He just picked me randomly. You know, because, you know, how he does it is, you know, he just, at the end of, like, certain streams and stuff like that, or, you know, most streams, I don't know exactly his rules of when he does raids, but, you know, he just goes over and picks, you know, somebody that's streaming that has face cam or whatever, and, you know, tells everyone to go over there and support him. And like I said, like, for me personally, like, that was just, do you know what stream it was? What stream he was doing, or what stream I was doing? Because me, it was the Black Ops 3 Zombies with Randoms, which I'm pretty sure I renamed. I think I ended up renaming it. Was, that he raided me. He was doing some... I honestly couldn't tell you what challenge he was doing. If you just correlate the days, like mine was a few days ago or something like that he did it, like last week. So if you just correlate the time of upload, you can tell when he does it. But I'm not 100% sure on when he did it, or like the time, or, you know, stuff. You know, but anyway, I think I want to talk about a little bit of Verrückt, since we're already round 6 and things are going to be getting way too crazy, and already are, because I'm going to be dead. Yep, there it is. So there's like 5 streams from him from a week ago. Yeah, I know. Here, here, let me see. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, because mine was April 8th was when that stream happened. So I'll go to his channel real quick and just see. April 8th, which is what? Dang, that was already 11 days ago? That's crazy. Okay, it was Zombies 2-box challenge Easter eggs. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. I think that's what he did it. Verrückt on World at War is so fun. I want to get into this. Alright, so Verrückt for me is probably one of my least favorite maps. Like, honestly, because there was nothing. There was nothing you could do about anything. You were literally just driving yourself nuts about what was going to happen. And, you know, it, like, honestly fits the map perfectly. Like, I'm not saying anything like that, but it's, everything just hits you. And, you know, the thing about this map is it hits you kind of way too quick. You know, like, you're just trying to play zombies, and it just gets nuts. And it doesn't help that it keeps getting nuts. And yeah, you know, you might have your slow time, like when you get a nuke, or, you know, something along those lines. But ultimately, like, you're just gonna die. Oh, dang, he was over there. My bad, Nikolai.
I am fast shooting Eastern cowboy.
But no, that's how I felt about this map. It was just like there was nothing you were gonna do. Like, let's be honest. Like, yeah, you get your perks and everything, and at the time you had regular double tap, so like that's just a kick in the face kind of perk. You know, you had pointless rooms like this, and ultimately it was just you weren't gonna do anything. Like, you know, like let's be honest here. Like, it was kind of like, stop kidding yourself. Like, you're not gonna get far on this map. You know, you're lucky to get past probably like round 10 with like a team. Because, you know, nobody, like, I mean, you're talking at the core of zombies here. Like, where people, it released and it was just like, I don't really know what to do, but like, I'll try. You know, I'll try to fend off, you know, stop this horde from coming in, and, you know, all that good stuff. But ultimately, were you going to do it? No. Like, you weren't even going to come close to prevent, like, what was going to happen. You know, because, like I said, it was just going to get, like, everything was just going to hit, and you weren't going to be, sometimes you weren't just ready for it. You weren't ready for, you know, just, like, you weren't gonna prevent the death that you were gonna face. And like, the weird thing was you know, they obviously added rooms. They made the size of the map like bigger. You know, all the good, you know, all the good stuff in life that you want. But really, they took the core, kind of the core value of what Noct did, only they pretty much,
Don't worry. Just
what I'm trying to think of how to word this. What they did was they said, all right, so Noct, you spawned in, you knew you were gonna die. Like, you didn't have any equipment or anything like that to prevent the death that was coming. You know, because eventually you just wouldn't have the ammo or, you know, the kind of the strength, really, to hold the zombies back, right? And so what Verrückt did, they were like, alright, we're gonna make you think that you have, you know, these perks, these magical perks. Do you remember Jason Blundell, your viewer? I do remember him. The OGs, man. The OGs. The sucker from Medieval Castles. There it is. Yeah, that's me. Did you change your name to Leo? I can't, because I remember you to somebody, maybe it was you then, that ended up changing your name.
so they got a little lucky. What?
I changed my name like a lot. Yeah, because I mean, I remember you, but like, I forgot that you were Jason. Whoa. But no, that was the biggest thing about this map, was it was just like, you were gonna do like you felt like you were 4 years ago I subbed to you. That feels so crazy, man. feels so crazy when you put it that way.
Engines fit for no ammunition.
But no, like that's exactly what this was. It was just, you know, and then on top of that, you were separated.
I will turn them into red mist.
So now all of a sudden, like, okay, you get your you know, teammates back or whatever once you turn on power, and you're, you know, not only are you reunited with your team, so now you already feel stronger, but
That will hold them up for a while.
now, you know, you have access to all these perks. You know, you see the, you know, the golden, like, mystery box again. You know, like, all this stuff is kind of coming back to you. Like, okay, you find your, you know, the mystery box again. So now you know the ray gun's in there because of the last map with Nock. So now it's just, okay, now you believe you have a chance. I don't know why I'm playing. I'm like trying to talk, but like I'm just playing so bad as well. But like I don't know, it was just like, you know, you go ahead and turn on power and, you know, you see the box right away, obviously. And then, you know, on top of it, you go ahead and, you know, you're reunited with your team and you feel stronger. But what the game does is, okay, you think you're stronger, but now what we're going to do
More ammunition.
is the zombies are going to be crazy speed.
Virtue is fought the fires of adversity.
You know, so like you have this, you know, you think you're reunited with your team, you think you have all these, like, these perks that can, you know, save you in the, you know, that kind of sense. But like, just like Knocked, you know, you can have all these things that you think will save you, but really you're just, you're denying the fact that you are just gonna die.
Weak. Survive this.
And that's all this map is.
No weapon.
Is, you know, you just think that, you know, you have these traps, you have, you know, all these things that you believe are what you need
Possessed by the
to
power of
survive. And realistically, it's all just a joke. It's all like, you're just gonna die.
A weapon
Like
fit
you're
for
not,
warrior.
you know, you're not protected. You know, like like you just look around the map, and, you know, you have just blood everywhere. You have everything. Like, you just keep getting these signs of, like, it doesn't matter if you think you're, you know, you can survive it, because you won't. Like, you know, you can believe whatever you want. You know, you can think every time you load into this map that you're gonna get to round 100. You know, you can think all you want, little Jimmy, but realistically,
Use my bare hands.
you know, you're gonna die, and you're gonna die brutally because you were kind of overconfident in what you were really going to do. You know. And then, obviously, in, you know, Black Ops 3, you know, you get better guns, you have the access to some better perks, I would say.
Wait, I'm not turning now, am I?
But does it matter? No, because yeah, you can pack a punch or whatever, but just like Noct, you find your little camping thing, and eventually the guns just don't work anymore. They don't do what you remember them. Like, you know, you used to be able to mow down everyone with the RPK, and now all of a sudden, you know, it takes from the zombie from here to like there to not like to finally die.
I see them on all sides. Foul creature.
Huh? Switch to this real quick. That was scary. Dude, time flies too fast, my man. Alright, not bad. Pop this.
A drink that requires a mature parrot.
And if I could get a better, somewhat better gun.
The dam will be destroyed.
Alright, let's slowly make our way over there, though. I really risked it all.
Die, Satan's minions!
We okay? Like I said, we are just denying the inevitable. We're denying our death right here. That's all this whole map is. It's how long do you think you can deny I don't know what that zombie's doing right now. But you know, that's all it is. And then the worst thing about it And the worst thing about like zombies in general is like with this kind of map, the worst thing that you kind of get stuck in doing is you plan out your death. You plan out how much longer you think you'll be able to last.
You bring me great honor.
Like how much ammo do you have left? You know, how much you know, obviously, you know, you get points and everything like that. But like, you know, when you're just stuck here, just fending off like the hordes.
Now they die. My cap is now double, but not my vodka. Behold, electric katana.
And that's probably it. See, like, why do you leave? Like, you ruined a good map. But honestly, like, round 17, like, that's all it is. It's just, you know, you think that you can fend off that horde for a certain amount of time. And you think that because you have these perks and you're reunited with your team and everything like that, you think everything's fine. Okay, I don't really know what happened there. I don't know. It's just crazy. It really is. I know we didn't talk too much about Verrückt, but like I feel like that pretty much sums up. It's knocked, just with a different scenery. Like it literally drives you crazy. Of like, you know, you think that you're okay, and then things just it's like, okay, everything's kind of easy, and then like by round 6 you're struggling. And it's just crazy. Hopefully we can get a Shi No Numa. Now, the thing about Shi No Numa, personally, probably like one, like it'd either be Shi No Numa or Der Riese. Like personally, I put Shi No Numa on top just because of I enjoyed it more than I played Der Riese. Honestly, like original stuff. Mainly because like that whole nostalgic factor of camping on the catwalk and stuff like that, for me that only goes so far. Personally, I enjoyed going from hut to hut and camping out there because that's what I did. That's what me and like kind of like what my like whenever I played with my brothers or anything like that, that's what we would do. We would camp out by the hut. We would guard the barriers while the other one kind of mows down the people or like the zombies coming into the hut. And you know, you would go around to different huts because you would just follow the box, because you always would have like that bad box, like to where one person would need like the PPSH, Browning, MG, you know, like you would just sit there trying to get these guns, the Wunderwaffe, all this stuff, PPSH, you know, you name it, like that's what you wanted. And you just sit there going from hut to hut, like just being disappointed at every turn, because like I said, like you would go and you come into here, and you just see like, all right, like big swamp, everything like that, like it was just kind of an eerie feeling of just like you're in this jungle. And then, like, these zombies just kind of emerge from, like, random, like, leaves and everything. And, I remember this used to be covered with just grass. But like that's what you always wanted to see. It was just like this light of the box and everything, and you just go from hut to hut, just looking for it and hoping that like, you know, like that you wouldn't die. And like the biggest thing with this is it opened everything up. You know, like it kind of denied the, like, you know, you weren't just trapped here, but the outcome was going to be the same, because I missed like every single shot there. Very disappointed myself with that. You know, like you had like all these other things going on, right? Like, you know, you start off in a small room, and at first it looked like, okay, maybe this is it. Like maybe this is it. Like you have the other side of the hut, and then, you know, you notice, wait, I can open this. Well, you know, there's no way I have access to, you know, like everything like that. Like there's no way. And then you notice this, like, you know, do I go to that other hut down there? You know, you just had so much, you know, you had so much going on that it was just, it was almost just like you couldn't believe it at first, because it was like, all right, like you have a pretty decent sized hut here. Like you have, it looks like you have a lot of room, but realistically, you know, you're not going to be able to stay here because of the past maps. You know that, you know, for instance, like Noct, you had some pretty decent sized rooms, but realistically, you wouldn't, like, you can't do anything with that. Like you were just gonna, you know, the zombies are too strong, and, you know, eventually you would end up, you know, just dying here. So you're like, all right, well, guess we, you know, spend the money on the box, right? And then box moves, and it's like, all right, well, now here's our chance to, like, kind of figure out, you know, these other huts. As we speak of the devil, we get it. We get the Wonder Waff.
I need ammo.
Alright, where are you, last zombie? Probably up here. No? Where are you at?
Ammo now.
Alright.
Perfect weapon for the
And especially because the guns weren't too good in World at War, like you would always be hitting the box, because it's like, all right, well, yeah, I got this gun, but it's kind of crappy, so we gotta keep hitting this box till we get like specific guns, you know. So, you know, you would always just be going from hut to hut to hut, just to, you know, get kind of your loadout of, you know, what you need. But then you just kind of wait. You wait, and it's just like, you have all this room. And, you know, for the first little bit, like, you know, like, as a team, it was like, okay, like, it would work out. Like, everything would be okay. Because, like, you would have a one person train there and one person would kind of try training over here, right? But like with a team of 4, you were stuck. You were stuck and you didn't really know, like, there was really no way out here. Like, you had this space, but only one of you were really safe, you know? So it was like, alright, you have, you know, what's the other way? Well, you know, if it's not me training over there, then nobody's training in that room. You know, so we're all sticking together. You know, one of us isn't just going to be camping, training over in the comm room while everyone else ultimately just dies. Because that's all it would be. You know, you would go here and here and here, and you would eventually just die. Because, you know, what else is going to happen? You know, you're not going to magically, you know, stop the horde, because now all of a sudden they get stronger and stronger, and you just don't have points to be doing that, right? So it was just kind of all, it all eventually hit that, okay, well, maybe if we stick together and go hut to hut, you know, like, things would be, like, manageable. Not saying you would survive, but maybe we could manage this horde, right, if we all kind of stuck together. And the idea of, like, being able to still stick together despite, like, seeing the results of what that got you in the last 2 maps, like, you still felt that, like, hey, maybe this time things would be different, because now we have the Wonderlock. Now we have something that can, you know, if we get too crowded, or, you know, like, something along those lines of, you know, maybe when things get bad, this gun will save us. And all we need is those few times of, you know, saving, and that's all we need. We won't need, you know, like, we never needed the insane amount of, like, saving and everything like that. Like, if we can just hold off the horde, you know, and then occasionally need this blast of this massive electricity gun, like, things would be okay. And, you know, just like I said about the thunder gun in Noct, is, yes, it was the savior weapon. However, it wasn't saving you forever. And eventually, all that was going to come out of that is you were pushing back the time that you were just going to die. And, you know, that was it. Like, that was all that was going to happen. Is, you know, you had the same weapons, you know what the same perks are, but because you think you have a little bit more space and this almighty weapon, you think now things are going to be different. Like, you know, like Takeo and, you know, Dempsey, because remember, this is where they all, you know, were introduced. You know, like, these guys, they're not afraid of this horde. Like, this is the map that, you know, you kind of step up and stand up to this horde, because, you know, they're not going to get the best of you. Like, they can't. Like, you know, between, you know, this Wonder Waff gun and, you know, everything else, you know, it wasn't gonna happen.
Unless you take my guns, I
Like
wouldn't
it,
laugh.
there was no way that they were gonna have these characters that were, you know, pretty much, you know, like Nikolai only really focused on his vodka like 24/7 and his wife or his wives, and then, you know, Dempsey was just pretty much like, all right, like whatever, like you're dead, like I'm gonna kill more of you every time. Huh? That is great. That is great. But like, you know, you had all this craziness in one map. You know, you had new characters, all this stuff, and you know, you felt like you're okay. You know, we're gonna go like every, you know, we're gonna try going to every place just to maybe see how long we can hold out, I guess. Huh. Did spawn over here. But you know, like, so, you know, you hit the box, and normally, like, you know, with 4 people, this thing like flies, you know, like, you know, you'll be over here by like round, you know, like 2, just because of how much points and everything like that, you know, people are going to be trying to save up to hit this box, because they know already that there's that wonderful ray gun in there. But now you come in here, and now it's like, alright, oh, they have perks as well.
What in the world is a root beer shop?
Like, so now we have all this space, and, you know, this all-powerful weapon, and we still have these perks. Like, maybe this is the recipe to survive forever. And with these awesome characters, like, there's no way we're going to die.
Heavy weapon.
You know, like, it all just kind of felt like it was too good a little bit, you know.
Yeah, those meats
And then, you know,
down.
what's up, Beast Boy? How's it going, man? So, you know, you just kind of, and you know, for the early rounds, this is exactly how it played. Is you felt like, okay, like whatever you do, you can just, you know, you have this awesome Marine, because I think every time you played, you were Dempsey, because it was the white character. And if you played solo, obviously you were number 1, and he was always number 1. So, like, you always felt like, you know, you were in control of the situation. Like, you know, as you progressed, as you moved with the box, you were getting another perk, you were getting the weapons you wanted, you had more space, you know, you just felt like in such a better situation that no other map, you know, portrayed yet. You know, because, like I said, you know, you just felt like there was no way that, like, this, you know, like, with all of this going on, like, that you were gonna lose this. As I say that, we almost died. We're not gonna buy quick revive just because I feel like it's more suspenseful. But like, and you gotta picture it kind of with a team. I was hoping I could get a decent team in here with me, but we only had one other person, so whatever. But you know, so you know, you have everybody hitting the box constantly. You know,
Time to kick some freak bag ass.
yeah, you were doing whatever you really could.
Devil's dogs.
You know, and the
Yeah,
dogs.
no match for
The
US
dogs were
Marines.
so much more powerful than these. Like, you would actually be scared of the dogs.
Sorry, Snowhound. You gotta be put down.
you know, you always just felt like you were getting one up from the zombies. Like, the zombies couldn't, like, better you here. Because, you know, wherever you went, you had this trap that prevented zombies from coming in. And then you had windows. And at this time, you would have, like, 4 people with you, too. So it was like, okay. Like, we remember how we played Verrückt. And that worked. But now we have this, you know, electric. Hey, we're dead. We played that really bad. But you know, you had all these elements like going for you. And the weird thing was despite all of this stuff, you would, you know, eventually, you know, because for the first like kind of round throughout the huts where you get all your perks and everything like that, like you did feel invincible. Because, you know, you just had everything. You had everything on your side. You had the perks. You had your team all together from start to finish. You know, you had all this space. And, you know, obviously you had that wonder weapon. You know, everything was going too smooth. And now you had a dog round that if you all work together, you can breeze through it and get a free max ammo. You know, so, like, everything was going good. And then, like, things just turn bad really fast because, like I said, you know, you build up thinking that you have everything you need for success, right? And then all of a sudden Wunderwaffe goes out of ammo. You know, you're mowing down zombies, and you know the gun itself isn't strong enough to prevent against the horde coming in to kill you. Like, you had all this stuff that you were just, you know, but at a certain time of while you're playing, at a certain point, you're useless. All your gadgets and everything you worked for, and your whole marine, and, you know, with Dempsey, like, being all, like, you know, awesome and everything, it all just turns to, like everything just goes downhill. And, you know, especially, like, when you, like, if you have a really good game on Shi no Numa, you know, you go ahead and, you know, you're all set up. No one has it down yet. Everyone has their perks, you know, PPSHs, Wunderwaffe, Browning, MGs, whatever you want to say. You know, whatever, you know, they need. Everyone has it. You're just having a great game. And then someone goes down. And all of a sudden, it's kind of like Verrückt in the sense of how long can we last at this point. You know, all these zombies are pouring in, you're mowing down zombies, you're running out of ammo, and when that first person goes down, when everyone's set up, and he goes down, he's just like, okay, can I withstand the horde? You know, because now he's down, the horde's coming on to the other 3 now, and, you know, it makes your mind just race every, like, all of World at War maps were kind of like this, but, like, that's ultimately what it was just like, you know, you felt every time you go, you know, you open the first door and you have the box right there, so it was like kind of Nocturne Toten vibes, and then you look outside of each of those places, and you notice you have all this room too, so you're just like, okay, you can get everything you need, you have all this space, and everything was just going too well, and now all of a sudden everything's going not too well, and now you're dying. You know, so it was just kind of like Shi no Numa for me. I put that at probably like over Der Riese, because of kind of how it was. Because on solo, you know, like Nocturne Toten on solo, you know, you can kind of get to whatever round you want, or you can play it, you know, at that pace of kind of like Noct, of like, you know, just camping out and dying eventually. But with, you know, you had so many other plans when you played with co-op. And especially like before training really hit Shi no Numa, that's kind of how it was everyone just kind of camped with what's it called, in the huts, and helped each other out. But nevertheless, we are switching to Der Riese, and like I said, probably fan favorite, everything like that. The giant, where it all began. Is this where it all ends? People were like, for me, it was like there was something bigger here. Like I always wonder if there was a way to, like, you know, like, destroy this endless horde of zombies. Like, there has to be. Like, if this is where it all started, like, this is, like, we're ending it now. Come on, man. I know you're level 4, but come on. You know what I mean? Like, it was just like with Der Riese, you know, you spawn in, right, and instantly you already know what the center of attention is like this pack-a-punch thing. You're like, okay, you know that symbol's the ray gun. Like, you already know that. Like, it looks just like it, everything like that. And so you look at it, it's like, okay, it shows the ray gun, and then it shows like a red thingy around it. So you're like, okay, like, I don't know what that really means, but pack-punch. So, like, you know, whoa. Was there a zombie behind me when I have no idea what happened there. But, like, you already know, like, that's the center of attention. So, like, whatever it is, you know, you have these wires going around and everything like that, and you're just like, alright. So, something's here. And, you know, so, you know, you kind of go around and you know this, you know, power must be turned on first. See a panel. You know, a lot of things are running around. Like, you see the box glow that you learn from Shi no Numa. And you just see all these, like, burning factories and stuff. And really, you really don't know what to expect. Because, you know, you learn from Shi no Numa, then you can play outside. Like, this isn't just a, like, you're in the house, you know, defend the zombies. You know, or, like, defend the house from the zombies. Like, you learned already, you know, from Shi no Numa that, you know, it's not about one house anymore. You know, like, now we're in environments. And right now it's like a big factory. You know, where everything is so happened, like, to these, you know, where everything, I guess, started. And, like, your goal is kind of finish it here. You know, so it's just like, you think, you know, like, but, like, you see all this, and it's like, okay, well, what we learned from, you know, the progression is, you know, Nacht der Untoten, you know, you didn't have anything, and you were just hoping to survive, and you knew you were gonna die, and, like, that was it, plain and simple. Verrückt introduced a lot of, oh, you could do this to maybe prevent death, but then it just racked up, like, difficulty, and you would die even faster than Nacht der Untoten. So now you experience all these, you know, all these perks and everything like that, but that wasn't enough. And now, you know, you got introduced to space and, you know, all that kind of stuff, like space and, you know, the Wonder Walk. And you thought maybe that, and you had, like, these awesome characters too to kind of a little bit motivate you through the hordes of zombies. So, like, that was the other thing that was just made you feel like you were unstoppable. But that wasn't enough. So now all of a sudden you instantly get introduced to this, and it's like, okay, maybe this weird thing will, like, this weird pack-a-punch thing will, is like, that's what's it's gonna take. Like, that's the final thing I need to kind of beat this horde. And when they say, like, oh, like, this is where it all begins, is this where it all ends, like, you kind of feel like, you know, this pack-a-punch thing is what you need to kind of finish these zombies off. Like, you are going to send them back to their graves, and you are going to, you know, you're going to win. Like, it doesn't matter how many come, if you get this pack-a-punch, like, it's game over for the zombies at this point. Like, this is the last thing you need. And the biggest thing with it is, you notice you still have all these perks as well. So, you know, you're going around the map and you still notice these perks. And yeah, they're the same perks, but you're like, okay, well, if all this is the same, you know, you kind of, it's still a pretty decent sized map, everything like that. It's just, okay, well, I don't, maybe that doesn't matter. Maybe, like, the space and, you know, the camping spots and everything like that, maybe that's not what we need. You know, like, maybe that's not the biggest thing we should be focusing on. It's the power of our weapons. And, you know, it kind of makes you think, like, okay, well, yeah, if I can shoot a zombie once and kill it every time, like, you know, these zombies don't stand a chance. You know, and that's, you know, that's kind of what you would think this pack-a-punch would be, right? So, you know, you kind of explore the map, you know, do your thing. And, you know, eventually, you know, now, normal one would, normal dirties always spawn there. So it didn't matter what route you took or anything like that. But in this case, it was like, okay, well, you know, you start going around, and then, you know, there's more perks. And then all of a sudden you notice, you know, the teleporters. And really, as far as these rooms go, they're the center of attention. You open the door, and when you walk in, you immediately just, like, see this eye. I do have monkeys. Which, honestly, the monkeys was just another thing that was just like, okay, maybe that's what we need. We need to distract the zombies. And you still had the Wonder Wasp as well. So, like, okay, well, you know, you have all these good things now. Like, everything was on your side. Like, it kind of felt like a Shinonuma, you know, reality kind of thing again. Like, where, you know, you have all this stuff. You kind of have the basic formula of, you know, Verrückt, in a sense. Like, okay, you go around and then you turn on power, you know, you do this, you do that, and, you know, all that stuff. You know, you have two ways to power. Obviously, you know, you're with your team as well. But, like, ultimately, like, that's, you know, like, it's kind of the same formula with that, you know? So you're like, alright, like, you know, these teleporters, you know, you link them to the mainframe, and you're like, okay, well, you see the door go down a little bit, and now you know, like, okay, like, it's the teleporters. The teleporters hold the key to this pack-a-punch thing, right? So, you know, and, you know, you always explore the map. So, like, you know, you go over here, you open this, and it's like, center of the room, attention. The teleporter. And it's like, alright, well, we know what to do already. Like, you know, you link it. You know, you have one person, you know, go here. And with World at War, I think it was, you had less time to do it as well. But, like, you know, here I feel like you have a lot of time. But, you know, so then you kind of explore this side. You know, or, you know, if this was the other way, but you look in here, center of attention right up top is again a teleporter. I didn't even link it. Come on, dude. I don't know why this guy's not linking the teleporter. Fine, I'll go over there and link it myself, you idiot. Now you want to do it. Thank you. But, so, you know, you link it again, and then they're like, yo, dude, it's open. And you go up to it, and it's like, pack-punch, $5,000. And it's like, alright. And at the time, I think the most expensive thing was, like, a door. A door which was, I think, $12.50. I think was the highest door that you ever had to buy. So you're like, alright, well, whatever this thing is, like, it's gotta be decent. Because, you know, because at the time, meal kick wasn't a thing either. So, you know, you're just kind of, you know, you're like, alright, well, you know, the other maps, when you got set up, you had plenty of points. So, like, now it's just like, okay, well, when it gets hard, like, you can go over and, you know, get this so-called pack punch, and then it should be easy then. Right? And, you know, that's kind of the theory on it. Was, okay, well, you know, but how good is this really gonna be? You know, like, it's 5,000, yeah, like, don't get me wrong, that's a lot. But, like, you know, let's see. So then you put it in there, you know, just all the crack knuckle things. And normally they always, like, said something like, oh yeah, like, this'll do it, or something like that. And, you know, obviously camo changes, everything like that. And, like, you know, the gun sounds better, everything like that. You have more ammo, it's stronger, and you're like, whoa. And especially if you do it at an early round, it really messes you up. Because, you know, the gun's already good, but now it's, like, super good, right? So, you know, now you're just going around and, you know, you think you're invincible, but really, you know, you're really not. Like, you're still going to die. You know, you're, like, your gun's stronger, yeah, don't get me wrong, but, like, it's not gonna hold them out forever. But that was kind of the theory with it, was like, okay, this thing is just going to mow zombies down now. And, you know, for the first few rounds it does. You know, it does exactly that. It, you know, you pack punch it, you take it out, and, you know, it's exactly what you could kind of dream for. Is a zombie that pretty much shoots just laser beams and kills everything. Like, who wouldn't want, like, this you know, thing in your hands, right? And eventually it kind of just does exactly what every other map does, is that whole pack punch system. Like, you felt superior, but ultimately you were going to die, you know. And it like that's all it would do is, yeah, you can do whatever you want, you know, you can, you know, pack a punch whatever you want, you know, whatever, you know, like whatever you want to say. Like, it wasn't gonna change anything, because, you know, you were getting, you know, guns, you were pack punching them. How do I always get the Wonder Waff? I find that really crazy. Say, there's no way that's end of round. But no, honestly, like, it was just like, you know, you had this awesome, you know. I feel like we have to try getting the ray gun though. Acquire the waffle weapons. Oh my god. Are you kidding me, right? We actually got the ray gun first, like, hit after saying that. But obviously, this was one of the first guns people tried pack punching, because it was like, alright, well, if this thing's already, like, amazing, like, what if we pack punch it? You know, like there's no way this thing is bad, right? And like, that was exactly the thing, is this was one of the best weapons, you know, throughout all the others, like, zombie maps. So now you have this other gun that supposedly just wrecks everything, and now you have this gun that already did. You know, so like, you know, like, what's not to love right now? You know, you have your monkey bombs to get zombies away from you. You have this great, you have already one of the best guns, ray gun, and then, you know, and then you had the Wonder Waff, which killed anything in your way. Like, there was nothing in this situation that would, like, you would think would, like, fail you right now. Except the one thing that does fail you is just kind of time. You know, eventually, you know, you just fall victim to every other, you know, trick that the zombies game played on you. And that's just the, you know, overall, you know, problem of, you know, you do all this for nothing. You know, you get all of this, you know, you get all these guns and everything just to die. You know, there's nothing you can do about it. You know, because every time you play, you think, man, this is the game. This is the game that, you know, zombies will not get me. You know, like there's nothing. Like, I have the perks. You know, I have, you know, the power now. You have the things to get zombies away from you. You have the things to just kill hordes of zombies.
Come, so I may put you down.
You know, like, everything just felt... It all felt too good. Because, like I said, it was all... It all just felt like it was too powerful. You know, you honestly do just have, like, these great guns. And the zombies were just dying. You know, like there was nothing. There's nothing the zombies are gonna do about it. Honestly, do just want to pack punch, what's it called? Our Wunderwaffe. Okay, that would, now all we really want is
Evil, like energy, cannot be destroyed, only transferred. I grow wary of what this will mean for our future.
let's see, especially when you pack punch the Wunderwaffe, you got that sense of nothing can kill you, because now you're talking this thing can last longer. And now it has more ammo.
Every scratch upon me will be met upon you 1,000-fold.
Huh. However, in the end, everybody, you were going to die. And that is how we are going to finish this off. Alright, so if you guys enjoyed, if you guys want me to try doing, like, you guys want to see me try doing this again, like, more just in a World at War, you know, like, I can re-download it on my PC and, you know, kind of do it again. Also, what I've been thinking about doing is re-download World at War and playing the campaign again, because that campaign is just amazing. So, you know, if you guys want to see any of that, just go ahead and comment, you know, or, you know, whatever you guys want to see. Just go ahead and, you know, comment on any video or whatever, and, you know, I get notifications on it. So, like, you know, you guys comment, I will respond to you guys. Alright? If you guys enjoyed this kind of stream, hit that like button, and like I said, anything you guys want to recommend me trying, or, you know, feedback on the video or anything like that, just leave it in the comments. You know, I thank you all for your support, both, you know, like, after the stream, before the stream, you know, and obviously during the stream. Always thank you all for your support and your kind feedback and everything like that. But yeah, that's gonna wrap up this stream. If you're new to my channel, means love you guys did hit that subscribe button. I'll see you all next time. Later.